everyone. Welcome to my 100-day project where I'm painting with mindfulness. And I'm currently painting with gouache. And today is day 93 out of 100. Definitely come a long way. I cannot believe I'm already this far. I am so close to the finish line. So close. And I'm still looking for ideas on what to do for my 100th day. I'm definitely gonna, like break out a bottle of wine or I don't know, like maybe chat with you guys a little bit more as well as painting. But yeah, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. I don't want to do anything too crazy or like too like uncomfortable for me, because this is live. But I do want to do something that is memorable, that is like inclusive. So it's not just, me doing it, but something that you can also like participate in or at least enjoy watching, or I don't know. Anyway, so today though, I do have a piece of little not mochi, matcha, very different things. Matcha is green tea. This little roll, my husband cut it for me and he's like, hey, we should have like we had like maybe a little bit more than this left over. So I was like, I'll eat it during my live stream. So yeah, I just wanted to see how you guys are doing. I'm just gonna take a bite every now and then. Um Today though, I'm painting the snake plant. I brought my snake plant. It's usually in the living room next to the TV. And this is like, I mean, I bought it when it was really big already, but it's sprouted a couple new leaves, like this one's a new one, this little skinny one. I feel really bad because I know that snake plants are, they do okay in low light. And so it's just kind of, I don't know, like this new leaf is just a little sad looking, right? But it's okay. It's okay. Like I'm just glad that it's still alive, that's all. So this plant is also called sorry, there's something on my lips. It's also called mother-in-law tongue plant or something like that. And I'm like, what a weird name to give it. But yeah, I think most commonly it's known as the snake plant. And I didn't know this, but there are actually other varieties of the snake plant. So there's like really skinny versions. My husband actually has another variety in his office. So yeah, but I'm gonna paint this one. This is the most common, most recognizable one. Um, all right. I'm gonna keep eating while I'm painting, but just wanted to say, hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving. I hope, yeah, that you're just like, as we're coming into the holidays, I shared this with my email subscribers that it's really easy to get lost in the busyness. And I know I am definitely guilty of that too. Like I've, yeah, the only consistent thing that I've got going is walking my dog, making sure my pets are alive, making sure my husband and I have something to eat, just the basic survival things. But at the same time, like, am I really taking care of my creative soul? And I'm really tending to that. And so I think in the midst of this busy season, that's actually like just as important, in order for me, at least me, to stay sane. So please make sure that you take some time to, yeah, create, even if it's just a quick 5-minute doodle, like whatever it is, or even if it's the breathing exercise that I've been doing consistently with you guys, just whatever it is, just try to do that. Um, yeah, speaking of that, why don't we go ahead and do that really quick? And then we'll go into painting. Let's do it. Okay, let me bring this back together. All right. Well, as you may remember, I am painting cacti and succulents. This is what I painted last time. It was the fire stick candle, fire stick pencil cactus. And today I'm gonna paint this snake plant. So I've already sketched it out. I just need to figure out what colors I'm going to use. So let's figure that out, shall we? I have this palette, seriously, I don't know if I'm ever gonna clean this palette. Like, I just keep adding to it, or I clean maybe one of the colors at a time. I literally have not like given this an overhaul cleaning. I really should though. Like maybe at the end of this series I will, but yeah, I really haven't. And here's my Stay Wet palette. Can't recommend this enough. The paper is still moist. Like what? Like I haven't opened this since last week, you know? Like, oh my gosh. I'm a little scared to touch the paint, so I'm gonna leave that the way it is. But I do want to, the background color, I really want to go back to what I did for the saguaro. I loved this, like, I don't know what color is this, peachy coral, you know, ish color. And that was definitely this color right here. And I think I mixed just a little bit of this, or did I use the pale coral? Maybe I used the pale coral, so maybe I'll do that again. But yeah, I really like that color. And yeah, for the actual snake plant, I'm definitely going to use a variety of the greens that I have here on this palette. And then I need some yellow, which I already have here in this palette. So I really try to, you know, use up what I've already squeezed out, you know, and that's one of the benefits of using gouache, because you don't have to worry about it, you know, not being available. Yeah, unlike acrylic gouache, which again, I'm still having trouble with, you know, actually using. But let me go ahead and find my pale coral, and I don't think I'll need any other colors. We'll see once I start painting, but let me grab my pale coral right here on on my on my bookshelf over there. Okay, so let me squeeze some here in the palette. That should be enough, hopefully. All right. Let me just set up my workspace. Here. All right, you guys, and I do have a new playlist, so I hope you like it. I just really like piano music, so I hope you're not sick of that. But yeah. So have fun, you know, tell me what you're creating. Let me know in the comments. Please like this video so other people can watch it too. And I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. I am just about done with this painting. I'm just taking a quick break and eating some more of my cake. Hmm. I really love how it turned out. Yeah, yeah. I think it's really important, especially when you're painting and and then at that point when you're done, I actually haven't done this on my live streams in a while, but to tell yourself some affirmations and tell yourself that you did a good job. And even if it doesn't turn out, exactly how you pictured it, or maybe it does, but even if it doesn't, like even just taking a moment to like mention just how proud you are of yourself for showing up, for dusting off your paints and trying again, whether it is conquering a fear, or maybe you tried to paint something that you thought was always difficult. I think it's just proud of yourself for even just taking that first step, you know? Um, I have painted the snake plant before though, but I did it with watercolor. So, everything from this point on, like painting with gouache, or painting these subjects, isn't necessarily new, quote unquote, but it's new in the sense that I'm using gouache. So to me, it's still new. And so I love how, like, the way that I would have painted this with watercolors, and this is just, how I paint, right? Other people have different methods of painting. How I would have painted this is I would have done, like, I would have probably done most of the leaves just all in one go, and then use a lot of wet on wet to create some of these darker green areas. And then I would have, obviously saved the outlines for last, just like I did this time around. But even some of the darker, lines and details and striations, like I would have added that with the wet on wet technique as well. And then I would have added another layer with wet on dry. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of, different ways of painting. Like with watercolor, I would have done this painting a lot faster. Not really faster as in I would have gotten it done like in a shorter amount of time, but the speed at which I need to move, because I would be using a lot of wet on wet technique, would be a lot faster. And so whereas with gouache, I can be a little bit more strategic or methodical, or I can take my time, And so I did it leaf by leaf. I did, one and skipped one and did another one so that I don't have any colors bleeding. I yeah, I just took it one step at a time, So I think gouache can allow you to do that. And I'm sure acrylic gouache is another step beyond that, right? The only difference I feel like is that you almost have to like plan ahead like a lot. And that's why the sketch really helps, because if I don't have a sketch, then I feel a little bit more nervous to put paintbrush to paper. So yeah, so I'm glad I have sketches to kind of rely on. So yeah, so these are some of the cacti and succulents I've done so far. Actually, so far it's been all cacti until now. So here's a saguaro again. I still love it. The bunny ear cactus, the old lady cactus, the fire stick pencil, and now the snake plant. I really like how I'm doing it like with these little portraits. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for joining. I know it's been a while. Oh, I got washi tape stuck on my plate. But yeah, the next time I'll be live is tomorrow, actually tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. So I hope you can join me. I'm gonna paint another type of cactus. I forgot what it's called, but I hope you will join me. Yeah, just remember that it's okay to mess up. And if you watched some of my other live streams, there have been moments where I did mess up and I didn't really like what I created, or I had to problem solve on the spot. So even if you're watching right now and you're thinking, oh, like you know what you're doing, like you've done this a million times, I mean, it's not true, but at the same time, like when I'm painting live like this, like anything could happen, like when I do tutorials, it's because I've already painted it like at least 3 or 4 times, so by the time it comes time to record, yes, I will be able to paint it somewhat perfectly, right? But now that I'm painting it live, like I didn't paint another snake plant like this before tonight's live. This is the first time I'm painting it like this. And so yeah, the whole purpose of going live like this was not only to help myself to paint with mindfulness, but also to remind you that, artists still mess up, and art happens slowly, progress happens slowly, and that's okay. So, if you're still with me, please make sure to give this video a like, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.